Let me tell you, I am excited to be here with you tonight because I know this room is just full of leaders. When I walked in tonight, that's the first thing I recognized. There's leaders in this room, people who really do want to make a difference. And I thought that, and I was asked by the Zoo team if I would be kind enough to introduce our family who is behind all of this, and we'll explain in a moment why that is. So I thought if you'll bear with me, and we'll probably do this once in our lifetime, so we're going to give it a shot. We're going to introduce our family. First of all, and I'm just going to ask you to stand, but my wife, Sherry, and she is my life for now 36 years, and she is my rock. She's our family's rock. She's not actually involved in the business, but I can tell you she lets her views be known from the dinner table. And there's no gray with Sherry. It's black or white. She's the realist. She's the one that keeps us on the right track. And we wouldn't be here today without her. So she's a big part. She's my yin to my yang, I guess. You know, she really does form a big part of what we do. I'd then like to introduce my oldest daughter, Michelle, who's at the back. Over 10 years, and she is responsible for keeping all of our employees happy, and that is doing the payroll. So that's really important, and people like her twice a week at least. But she also has a responsibility with Zoo, a very important one, where she's actually responsible for an important category that we're going to talk about later tonight. And along with Michelle tonight is our first grandson, our only grandson, Logan, and we're going to so glad you could be here tonight. I'd now like to introduce our son, Mark. And Mark's standing at the back there. Mark's been involved in the business for about 6 or 7 years now, and he comes from an insurance background, but he runs another part of our business called Nano for Life. So he has a lot of responsibility on his hands and keeps very busy, but likes to be a part of the Zoo discussion all the time as well. And then certainly last but not least, but she is the third child, and that's Ashley at the back, and she'll give us a wave. Ashley is very involved in new product development. She tells me that she's got the best job in the world because she gets to go and check out new things, she gets to travel, she gets to find out what products really work, she tests them, she works with people to test them, so she has lots of fun putting the products together. Your suggestions, your ideas eventually get to Ashley and we act on those. So it's important that your ideas keep coming back to us because that's what helps us get better at what we do. But let me tell you, despite the family being here, our world has changed a lot. And, there was a time, I know when I was younger growing up, that, things like climate change meant you went in and you changed the thermostat, right? And then there was a thing like going green. Well, that's when you ate something that didn't agree with you, and that's what would happen to you. And then you've got the new term melting ice cap, which was really, I thought, setting a tinny summer drink outside and having it melt on you. So all these new languages, this new world we live in, this new environment, the world has changed and is changing. The world is also becoming, and has been for some time, a dangerous place. Now, what do I mean when I say a dangerous place? Well, most of you in this room are too young to remember things like DDT spray, right? A product that was banned. PCBs, we hear about it all the time, still being out there as a legacy. Asbestos, chemicals in our environment that have been there that we as humans thought were good for us at one time and now just discovering that they really aren't. So we do live in a dangerous world. Unfortunately, I like to say that it's getting better, and I think we're still faced with a number of challenges today. I'd like to have been in a product meeting with a big chemical company that has developed some home cleaning products, maybe a couple of years ago. And I kind of imagine it like this. Some person in this product meeting whose responsibility is to create a new product said, listen, I've got the perfect idea. We're going to create a new product. We're going to make sure that it is really attractive. We're going to put it in a dissolvable little package. And then we're going to put it in a kind of a bowl, and it's going to look really pretty. And it'll end up looking like candy. So candy is what the consumer will buy as a laundry pod. Very attractive. And we'll sell tons of this. Well, believe it or not, this product came into the market in May 2012, just 15 months ago. And if you've been following the news, regrettably, last Friday, a 1-year-old boy in Kissimmee, Florida, died because he ate one of these. And so I did a little bit of research over the weekend, and it terrified me. I did not realize that in 15 months, there's been almost 12,000 product exposures to this kind of product in the marketplace, where there has been medical attention needed. There was a young child, 21-month-old child, who had a similar experience in Calgary in March of this year, who got exposed to this product and spent 6 days in hospital. So it comes to realize, we have some real challenges in our homes. The average home has 62 toxic chemicals. And I like to say that our home is toxic free. I can tell you it isn't. I've gone around, I found products that, I thought was safe, and I started reading the label, I realized, we live in a dangerous environment. And what's interesting is that I often ask myself the question, why do we have poison control centers? If we live in a safe environment, it's because we don't. So there is something going on out there that we have an opportunity to change. And the next generation, and I point to my kids in particular, who have said to me time and again, we've got to think about the future. We have to think about the environment and what we're doing to it. How do we improve that? Now, not everyone in this room can do one thing. There's not one person that can do everything, but I do know that all of us can do one thing that can make a change. And that's the opportunity we have here tonight. That's what's really driven the Zoo Passion. When we decided that we were going to work hard to try and change our environment, and believe me, we're not on the far left of being what I'll call, I say this respectfully, we're not tree huggers, but we think we can live in a better environment just through making some modest changes in terms of how we live. And that's really become our mission. We decided to help people live better by creating safer, affordable, effective products. And that's what we focused on. And that's how Zoo came about. And believe me, we're just getting started. Some of the products that we have that you'll hear about tonight, as I say, are the beginning. We have a ton more products we're going to be looking at. We decided also that this is an opportunity to share this with other families, because we know there's others, and we've heard from literally hundreds of people who share this idea that we can live in a better environment, and that we can get access to better products that can help create that non-toxic, that safer environment for our families and our homes. So tonight is a night to hear some more about some great products that we have, but it's also a night of recognition. And I'd like to start off, and Rory already touched on it briefly, but I'd like to go just a little bit deeper, and then I'll be done. And I want to say how proud we are of the Zoo team. The Zoo team has been remarkable. Now, some of these people you'll interact with, and some of them you'll never hear from, but I can tell you that they work extremely hard. I'd like to acknowledge in particular a few people. Rebecca, who's in our customer care, who leads every call is critical, every call is important, and she makes you think like you're the only person in the world when she's talking to you, right? Great lady. Paula, what would we do without Paula? Talented lady who knows this business and who really keeps things all hanging together, and thank goodness for that, I'll tell you. A lady you won't see tonight, Tara, she's over in England enjoying her holiday, but I can tell you, before she left, she was working right up to the minute until she had to leave, and she did a tremendous amount of work. She looks after all of her graphics work. Shauna, who you see in the middle of the room here, Shauna. She's our digital media specialist, and she shares good information about the zoo with the whole wide world. Sue, who you I don't think is able to come tonight because she's back at the office packaging boxes to send out to customers. So Sue looks after all of our shipping. She does a great job, and we wouldn't be able to do it without her. Ashley, I've already recognized, but I'd like to recognize again, because I said earlier, she is responsible for product development. She's an important part of the team and really make things happen. And also Martin. I think Martin's here tonight, who we've stolen. Has been borrowed from the IT group, and he's become a zoo devotee, if you will. I think he knows more about zoo than most people, but he's an important part of our technology side. And certainly, last but not least, I want to recognize Gloria, who has really spearheaded this and made us what we are today, keeping in mind, this is a business that's only 6 months old. And And look what we have in this room. Some tremendous leaders, some great products, business is going well. It's going to be even better in the coming months. And I think at one of the previous meetings I was at, I said, give us a year and watch what happens. Well, I don't know that we have to wait that long because things have started to change so quickly. Thank you for being here. Look forward to talking with each and every one of you. I think we're having a great night. Gloria, back to you.